Welcome to Smart Wealth with Joshua.
Your daily stock analysis and catalysts talk. Today we're looking at Datadog.
If you find our talks useful, please consider subscribe, like, and comment underneath to support our podcast. And if there's any stock you want us to look into, leave it in the comments section below.
So let's get into the analysis, starting with the foundation, right? The Q3 financials.
Yeah, the bedrock.
And they were strong.
They were. Revenue was $886 million. That's a 28% jump year over year, and it blew past expectations.
Which is a great start, but it's really the quality of that revenue that tells the story here.
Exactly. I mean, you look at the non-GAAP gross margin, and it's holding steady at 81.2%.
And for anyone not deep in software financials, 81% is.
Well, it's elite.
It is. It shows just how efficiently they deliver their product. And that kind of margin, it's what lets them just pour money back into R&D and stay ahead.
And it shows up in the cash flow, right?
Oh, absolutely. A very, very healthy 24% free cash flow margin. They generated, $214 million. So they're not just growing, they are printing cash while doing it. That's a huge distinction.
It is. But that foundation isn't just about the profits. It's about how captive their customers are.
The moat. Let's talk about the moat.
The moat is deep. Their trailing 12-month net revenue retention was firm at 120%.
Okay, let's pause on that. 120%.
I do.
It means if you take all their customers from a year ago, that same group is spending 20% more today, even after you account for anyone who left.
And it's who these customers are that matters. We're talking about the big players.
The enterprise focus.
Right. Around 4,060 customers are spending over $100,000 a year.
And that group makes up, almost 90% of the total revenue?
A staggering 89% of their ARR, yeah.
Okay, so I have to ask, isn't that a concentration risk? So much revenue from a relatively small number of customers?
It's a fair question, and you'd think so, but the risk is really softened by how sticky the platform is.
Because they're not just using one tool.
Not at all. 84% of their customers are using 2 or more products now.
Which is good.
But here's the real lock-in. 16% of customers are using 8 or more products.
8 or more.
And that's a huge jump from last year. I mean, think about that. When you're running 8+ critical tools from one vendor.
You're not just a customer anymore. Datadog is basically your operational backbone. The switching costs must be astronomical.
They are. You'd have to replace the very foundation of your building, digitally speaking. It's just not practical.
So we have this really solid foundation, elite margins, super sticky customers, but Q3 showed that the engine on top of that foundation just found a new gear.
Yes. This was the biggest surprise for me in the whole report.
The acceleration.
The acceleration. Management pointed out that sequential usage growth for their non-AI customers,
Their core business.
was the highest it's been in 12 quarters.
12 quarters, that's 3 years. So this isn't just about the AI hype.
Not at all. This is a broad-based recovery. The year-over-year revenue growth for those non-AI customers actually accelerated from 18% in Q2 to 20% in Q3.
And that's happening across the board. Big companies, small companies.
Across all segments, all spending bands. It feels like that phase of, aggressive cloud cost-cutting we saw last year is really over.
Companies are spending again, and Datadog is capturing that demand.
And their sales team is just executing brilliantly.
Yeah.
New logo bookings more than doubled year over year.
And they're landing bigger deals from the start.
Much bigger.
Okay.
Especially in the enterprise space.
Tell us about that European telco deal. That was a great example.
Oh, yeah, a 7-figure annualized deal right out of the gate.
Mm-hmm.
And this company is adopting 11 products from day one.
11.
And here's the kicker. They expect to save over $1 million a year just on tooling costs by consolidating more than 10 other tools they were using.
Wow. So that's an immediate ROI. You're not just selling a tool, you're selling cost savings. That conversation goes straight to the CFO.
Exactly. It's operational efficiency. It's risk reduction.
Yeah.
It's no-brainer.
So you have this strong core, and it's accelerating. But we can't ignore the massive catalysts on the horizon, AI and security.
This is where the next decade of growth is coming from. The AI native customer group is just, it's exploding.
What's it at now?
It's now 12% of total revenue. Just a year ago, it was only 6%.
Doubled in a year.
And the adoption metrics are wild. Over 5,000 customers are already sending AI data to the platform.
And the volume of that data.
The number of large language models spans basically the digital breadcrumbs and AI leaves. has quadrupled in just the last few months.
So the AI infrastructure they're monitoring is scaling exponentially. It's happening right now.
But the real game changer isn't just watching AI. It's using AI to improve the platform itself.
The Bits AI agents?
Yes, the feedback on the Bits AI SRE agent has been incredible.
It's like an autonomous first responder for when things go wrong.
Pretty much. An engineer gets an alert at 3 a.m., but by the time they log in, the AI agent has often already figured out the root cause.
And maybe even suggested a fix.
That just crushes the mean time to resolution. It saves companies millions.
And the Datadog MCP server is the bridge, right? Connecting all that real-time data to other AIs like GitHub Copilot.
It's the central nervous system. It makes Datadog essential to the entire AI developer workflow.
And then there's the other catalyst, security.
Security is on fire. ARR growth there accelerated into the mid-50% range year over year.
Mid-50s, up from mid-40s the quarter before. What's driving that?
It's their Cloud SIEM product. They're successfully bundling it into those big enterprise deals.
So it's an easy add-on.
It's a very easy add-on. If you're already using 8 of their products, adding the 9th for security is a simple decision.
And that's all backed up by that huge AI company deal.
The 9-figure one, an annualized expansion deal.
I mean, a 9-figure commitment, that's not just a purchase. That's a statement.
It's a statement of trust.
Yeah.
A leading AI company is betting the backbone of their infrastructure on Datadog. That tells you everything you need to know about how critical this platform is.
Okay, so the picture looks incredibly strong. Let's pivot to the forward view. What do the commitments look like?
The pipeline is massive. We look at RPO for the remaining performance obligations.
Right, the contracted revenue that's locked in but not yet on the books.
And RPO was $2.79 billion. That's up 53% year over year.
53%. So there's huge, already signed business waiting to be recognized. That's incredible visibility.
It gives them a ton of momentum. And their guidance for Q4 reflects that. They're projecting around 24% year-over-year growth.
So no wonder the stock has been performing so well, trading near its 52-week high.
The market is pricing in a lot of this good news, absolutely.
Which brings us to the risk check. You always have to be cautious when a stock is flying this high.
Of course. And we did see some director stock sales.
Now, these were pre-planned, right?
Yes, under 10b5-1 plans, so they were scheduled way in advance, but they happened between, say, $145 and $150 a share.
Which is just a data point to be aware of. When insiders are selling, even on a schedule near the highs, it's just something to note.
But stepping back from the short-term chart, the fundamental competitive moat just seems stronger than ever.
It really does. That high retention, the big enterprise wins, the innovation in AI, it's all compounding.
They're leading the next cycle, not just reacting to it. The platform is becoming more and more essential.
So if you put it all together for the long term, what's the takeaway?
You have the acceleration in the core business, which shows the cloud story is back in expansion mode. Then you combine that with their leadership in the brand new AI observability space.
And you have a platform that's set to be a key beneficiary of, well, the entire digital transformation trend for years to come.
It's a really powerful combination of a cyclical recovery and, true technological leadership. It's rare.
Make sure you subscribe and hit that like button to keep up with all of our analysis here on Smart Wealth with Joshua.